James Gunn's Superman is already fixing a problem with the DCEU's Man of Steel. This is a great article from Screen Rant, which basically showcases why so many people had a problem with Henry Cavill's interpretation of Superman due to Zack Snyder's creative decisions. And again, I love Man of Steel, but Batman v Superman and the lack of Superman in Zack Snyder's Justice League, a 4-hour cut, by the way, where Superman is barely in it for like 10 minutes, and that's me being generous, is an absolute disaster. And all the Snyder cultists can cry in their mom's basement like, ooh, this is a Superman. No, you morons. This is Zack Snyder's interpretation of Superman, which so many people had a problem with. So let's get down to business. Despite the more surface-level reveals of costumes, characters, and sets being exciting, it is what some of the set photos show about the DCU's Clark Kent as a character that is more important. In the various reveals, Superman is shown as a man who just wants to help people. Corn Sweat has been snapped interacting with various extras that resemble the people of Metropolis. In these images, it is clear that Superman is saving various people in the DCU from young children to small dogs. And that's the problem I had with how Zack Snyder shot Henry Cavill Superman. Is every time you saw Henry Cavill Superman helping people, if it looked on his face as a chore, like, God damn it, I have to save these people again. Oh, here we go. And that's not who Superman is. Superman's biggest strength and why he's so beloved is that he wants to help people. He genuinely cares about humanity. And it's such a relief and such a pleasure for Superman to go all around the world and try to help people. The fact that Superman can't be everywhere all at once, it's painful for him. It's painful for Superman that he can't save people all around the world. It brings him such joy to help people, and that's why he's such a beloved character. That's the essence of who Superman is. He wants to help people no matter what, and the fact that he can't be at several places at the same time, it pains him. It pains him to lose people, and you never really saw that in Henry Cavill's interpretation of Superman. It always felt like, okay, here we go again. All right, I gotta save these people, I guess. And you felt no emotion whatsoever, whether he was helping people or he couldn't help people. It was just the same stoic look. And then just like, no, like that's not who Superman is at all. And that's what James Gunn is going to fix with his interpretation of Superman.
What does Superman represent to people?
A friend, and that's what people really need most. They don't need a strong arm, one-man vigilante force. They need a friend. We're living in an age when people are basically afraid of contact with each other. They're afraid. People live in cities, they don't even know their neighbors. They're afraid to go out in the street. Something might happen to them. Basically, technology is against you. Life is overwhelming. Even the bank doesn't know who you are. And it's like, we run around scared a lot, particularly those of us who live in cities. And America was founded on the virtues of a helping hand, of going 5 miles to lend your neighbor a donkey or whatever he needed. And I think that is that kind of virtue that's at the bottom. That's the heart of Superman. The genuine love of people, and that you always know he's your friend.
These set photos highlight a stark contrast between the DCU Superman and Henry Cavill's in the DCEU. It is worth noting that Cavill was a fantastic Superman, which he was, regarding performance, and that most of the characterization issues were the fault of the DCEU's writing teams. I agree with that, not Cavill. With that in mind, the depiction of Superman saving lives in the DCEU was always somewhat problematic. Exactly what I said. One of the only scenes that stands out as a positive interpretation of Superman was saving civilians was the oil rig scene in Man of Steel, which was a great scene, by the way. But again, I agree. That's the only time where it was like, oh yeah, he's Superman, and I have to save people. Just like, it was such an odd choice made by Zack Snyder, David Goyer, and the rest of the writing team and the creative. It just felt weird. Felt very odd. Above anything else, Superman set photos prove that Gunn's view of the character will be depicted in the movie. Since Superman was first unveiled, Gunn has insisted that the movie will depict a more classic version of the character, instead of the version of Superman seen in the DCEU that kind of had his moral code tested regularly. The DCU Superman will be an unwavering pillar of kindness and goodness in the upcoming DCU movie and TV slate. And that's what James Gunn gets. Don't fix what's broken. I think Zack Snyder had the wrong mindset. It was Superman is broken and I'm trying to fix it. Which in reality, Superman was never broken. You just had creatives who didn't know how to understand or portray the character in the correct manner. James Gunn understands that Superman was never broken. Superman is a character that is the most relatable out of all superheroes. Despite all the powers of a god, at the end of the day, when you break it all down, he's just a guy trying to do the right thing and comes from a good place, comes from a good family, and genuinely wants to help people because it brings him joy to help others. That's the point of Superman. No darkness, no trying to be cool, none of that bullshit. Superman is cool. Helping people is cool. Saving lives is cool. Being a good person is cool. Without the extra desaturated colors and Hans Zimmer music blasting in your fucking eardrums. No, keep it simple. Keep it positive. Keep it playful. But keep the essence of who Superman is. And that's what James Gunn is going to deliver. So that's going to be it. Hit like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, TikTok. This is Zack. Some in the comments below. What do you think of all of this news? And I genuinely believe, and again, it's not hard to do, but James Gunn, Superman will surpass anything that the Snyderverse tried to create. That's just reality. That's just fact. James Gunn understands the character better than Zack Snyder. It is what it is. Love you all. Stay safe. Truth out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.